What type of whoopings was you getting as a kid?
Shoot, man, like butt ass naked whoopings. Whoopings when you get out of the bathtub.
Oh,
You know, like shit that just is uncalled for. Like just uncalled. Like that's not something. Cause think about it, nephew. Think about it. If you really sit down and really make sense of it, who would want to be treated like that? If I slap the shit out of you right now, and you're gonna be like, man, I love you, man. You gonna be like, it's gonna confuse you. Like, oh, why? What? Yes, sir. We back at it again. So last week we talked about if you can go back, what type of parents, what type of character would they have? This week I want to dig into, instead of looking at it from the parents, what type of kid would you need to be when you were growing up? Because it works both ways.
What type of kid would I need to be? A kid that is curious. A kid that listens. But some of this stuff is, damn near impossible as a kid. Like to listen. I feel like listening to everything your parents say is damn near impossible as a kid.
How?
I've never seen a kid listen to everything their parents say. Like listen to everything.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just part of being a kid. Being defiant and shit. That's just part of being a kid. I feel like.
Really?
Yeah. So, I don't know. I probably had an open mind. But another thing too, I need to blindly listen. But as a kid, it's impossible though.
I don't think so.
I feel like it's impossible. I've never seen a kid blindly listen to their parents. Just because, not like willingly.
Okay.
Like, not getting their ass beat every day. Like willingly. But I think that's where the parents come in at. Because the parents should understand that it's damn near impossible as a kid to do these things. And find an alternative for it to still get done. You feel me?
What type of alternative?
They're not going to listen. So you got to make them listen.
How?
Let's say if they, you put them in boxing and they want to quit boxing, you take their ass to boxing class.
Okay.
The boxing gym. You keep taking their ass to the boxing gym. You know they don't want to go. You know they want to quit. You keep taking their ass.
Well, why? Why would you do that? Like, what is that gonna do? Is that gonna accomplish the ultimate goal of them finding something that they're interested in and pushing towards it?
I think as a kid, it's hard to find something you're going to be interested in now and still going to be interested in as an adult. Unless you spend the entire time from here all the way like that. Like you got to start it here and drag it all the way out. That's the only way. Like boxing, you probably not going to like boxing at the start. But when you start getting good and then you start learning different things, then you start to develop a passion for it, I think.
Okay.
And they just keep them in it. And then even if they grow up and they say, you know what, I don't want to box. Like get 18 and say they don't want to box no more. Okay, you still know how to be disciplined. You still know how to stick with stuff for a long period of time. You still get the skills of boxing. You know how to defend yourself, stuff like that. And then you can. What's the thing you told me about when you can apply the same thing to one industry or one thing, and then you can apply it to another.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's still good.
Okay.
I feel like it's still good. So yeah, I think that's still good.
So that's the type of child you want to be. You want to have the opportunities presented, but then even with the opportunity being presented, you're gonna have to listen. Like you're gonna have to do something, because from what I've observed from adults is it's not until they decide that it's something they want to do, no matter what nobody says.
To the kids or the adults?
In general, like kids, adults, like say if, for me, for example, you can say all day like, oh, you need to lose weight, oh, you need to lose weight. But it's not until something happens or whatever that I get a wake-up call that I decide to say, I'm going to go lose weight. Even though it's the right thing to do. So the same thing with the kids. I can provide all of the opportunities you want to the kid, but if they don't seize the day and take advantage of it, it still doesn't matter.
But when they're a kid, it's hard for them to take advantage of certain. They kids. They don't really understand the real world and shit. They're not even thinking about 5 years from now, 10 years from now, or shit next week. So it's like the parent need to be the one that takes advantage of the opportunity by forcing them and keeping them into something. And then when they come out, like you said, let's say they get 18, they say they want to be fat. Okay, you did your part. They just want to be fat.
But you don't think that all of that was a waste of time at this point now? You see what I'm saying? So just imagine you grow up and you're being trained young to be like an Olympic swimmer. Like you that good. but then all of a sudden you turn 18 and you quote unquote have your freedom. You like, I don't want to do that no more. I just want to, eat Cheetos. And that's crazy.
It's not waste time for because you still can apply that to something else. You might not want to apply it to that. You can still apply that discipline and all that other shit to something else. And then, what would you rather do? Would you rather train your kid to eat Cheetos from the start, and then now they just eating Cheetos, their whole life? But now you can't really say, oh, it's their fault. Da, da, da. Now it's like, okay, boom, you raise your kid to eat Cheetos and shit. So would you rather just go ahead and raise them to be fat ass lazy people, or raise them the right way and then let them decide to be fat and lazy when they get 18?
I think the next one. I think I'd rather them, decide to be fat and lazy on their own.
Yeah, so sure, as long as the kids do their part. But this is the thing. This is why parents don't do their part.
Oh, here we go.
This is why parents do their part. Because as hard as it is taking care of somebody, it's hard enough to take care of yourself and then take care of your kid or kids in the household, paying bills and going to work and shit. And then after that, you gotta be disciplined enough. Because you gotta have a discipline for them. So when it's time to take them to football practice or whatever, they not themselves want to getting up and say, "Oh, I'm finna go drive to football practice." It's you gotta get up after you worked so hard and say, "Hey, I'm taking my son to football practice," or "Hey, I'm taking my son on the weekends. I'm showing my son this, that, and third, so he can have an advantage over other kids." Or I'm putting a gym in the house so my kid can do this, or I'm doing this with the kid. I'm doing this, or I'm teaching them. Not only they learn about how to read in school, but you're teaching them other shit that school don't teach them, finances and all that other shit. Showing them different books and this. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have a discipline for them, and that alone is hard as hell. That's why it's why raising a kid that operates on this level and operate on this level is, I feel like one is harder than the other.
So you think it's a lot of lazy parents out here?
Hell yeah, there's a lot of lazy parents out here.
Do you think you had lazy parents?
Do I think I had lazy parents?
Yeah.
Whoo, Unc, you put me on the spot right now, Unc.
No, I mean, it's just a question. I mean, you can decline the answer. I'm just saying, like, do you think that? Because I'm just going. The reason I asked the question is based off of what the example you just gave me. So.
I don't think I had lazy parents, but I think definitely my parents had to like, as hard as all that shit is that I just said. I just imagine doing all that shit by yourself. Because parents with an S, you can break it up a little bit. You can break stuff up. Like, boom, this person do this person do this person do this. But all that alone, one person, I don't know. Because I can't really say that my parents are lazy until I'm put in that position. Because shit, it's hard enough for myself to go to work, take care of myself. And then not only take care of myself as in, going to work and make sure I got money to feed and pay my bills and shit, but cooking for myself, my health, going to the gym, also working on my business and all this other stuff outside of working, outside of all that shit. That's hard enough. So then just imagine 3 other humans. So I can't really say my parents is lazy because I only have one parent. Now, if I had 2, and then, I see them just laying around and they ain't doing nothing, then okay, we need to sit down and talk about it. But I ain't have to. So for one person, I don't know. That's a little hard.
Yeah.
That's a little hard. But if I put myself in that situation, we'll have to see. If I end up in that situation, we'll have to see. But I'm telling you right now, this alone is not even what my mama went through, and this shit is already hard enough.
Right.
So, yeah.
And
I'm PR trained.
And I will tell you that's a good politically correct answer.
I'm PR
but for me, I think my parents were great. I just think that now that I'm a parent, I think it's gonna always be like this. I think you always gonna have your kids are gonna critique you when you get older. Like even my kids, they're gonna be able to say like. That's why I can never say if I'm a good or bad parent because I'm not the one receiving the parents. It's gonna be them. So they'll always probably critique and say I could have did this better. One thing that I say that I pride myself in that I wish my parents would have done is would have always been learning. And what I mean by that is learning that just because this happened to you when you were a kid doesn't mean this is the same way you apply it here.
What you mean?
Like when I got whooped because that's what happened to my parents. Like that was the whereas you didn't find that. You know what? Let me think about this. You mean to tell me that a child is just a younger human being? What person wants to be physically assaulted? In general, if you think about it, like even me and you, like just because I may tell you something you don't listen doesn't give me the feeling to ever want to physically assault you. It just gives me an opportunity to continue having conversations.
Right.
It doesn't, because the moment I physically assault you is to me the moment that I lose your ear, where you won't listen. Even though you don't listen,
Right.
but it really further does it where you like, man, I don't want nothing to do with this dude.
Right.
Do you see what I'm saying? So that's what I do. So for me, for what I do is, and I've made mistakes. I haven't done it with my daughter, but I try to begin with the end in mind. So I look at it like this: whenever I'm doing something to the kids now, I think, what will this look like when they're 40? What do I want our relationship to look like when they're 40? Meaning that, do I want them to say, man, what my dad up to? Let me call and fuck around with him. Let me see where he going. Let me go roll down there and see what's going on with him. Let me go have dinner with him. Those relationships don't happen by chance. They don't get 18 or 19 and all of a sudden say, man, you know what? I understand. You build relationships over time.
Right.
So whatever I'm doing to them while they're young, it's gonna bleed over into an 18, and they'll be able to say like, man, you know what? He might have been tough on us, but he always had a conversation. He never led with the hand, and then now you expect me to listen to you. Now when I'm listening to you, if I put my hands on you, you just fearful. You just scared of me. You just like, man, you know, I need to do whatever I need to do, but as soon as I get older, I'm ready to get the hell up out of here.
I agree. Well,
So that's how I look at it. I look at it like, I wish they were always learning. Whereas like this, just because you see it this way, does that mean that it has to be that way? Or can it be a new way?
Well, let me ask you this, Unc, because, you know, I like we talk about, you know, whoopings and stuff, about what type of whoopings was you getting as a kid?
Shoot, man, like butt ass naked whoopings. Whoopings when you get out the bathtub. You know, like shit that just is uncalled for. Like just uncalled. Like that's not something. Cause think about it, nephew. Think about it. If you really sit down and really make sense of it, who would want to be treated like that? Like if you're thinking about like who, like you mean to tell me you can't read a book or educate yourself in a way that you can convey a message to a child without hitting them? Like you mean that's crazy?
But hold up. So, do you feel like you still traumatized for that? From what you see?
Let me not say I'm traumatized. It's always at the front of my mind, so that's why I don't do it to my kids.
Okay, well, like when you see your you know, your parents or whatever do any of the whoopings that you got play in your head?
I think about it all the time. Yeah, I think about it all the time because I was like, I think to myself like, what was it? Is that really called for? Like, are we that uneducated where we can't like have a conversation? Like I literally have. You done heard me before. I literally have like grown up conversations with my 9-year-old.
Right.
Like he can talk to me. It's still a level of respect, but he can say stuff to me, and just because I'm his parent, I'm not gonna feel like
you need to slap shit out of me.
Yeah, like if I say, hey, do you mind doing me a favor? And he say no. Like I'm not gonna sit there and be like, no, motherfucker, you still.
So okay, so I remember I used to get whoopings. It used to be, it's not necessarily the beating that really pierce you, because you know the beating hurt right now, but it goes away in like 5 minutes, right? The pain. It's the psychological warfare that's going on in the house. Like Like I remember one time when my mama, she said she gonna whoop me when I got home, but the whole ride home, she playing friends with me. Like she not cussing me out or nothing. She playing friends with me like we cool, right? So we get home and she don't whoop me. So I'm like, okay, I'm straight. She don't whoop me. 2 days later, my brother did something. Like he did something that made her mad, and she was like, you know what? Everybody come on. I owe everybody ass whooping. And I was like, what the fuck? I thought, what the fuck? I was like, I thought I got a little break. I was like, you mean tell I'm forgetting whooping because of this nigga that ticked off the bomb? Like why? And then my mom used to do like she didn't feel like getting up and whooping us. So she'd start whooping us in our hand. Like she'd be laying on her bed. Okay. She'd be like, hold your hand out. Like, and I'd be like, how many I got? She'd be like, she never would tell me. But when if I move my hand, like from getting hit, then she'd be like, if I have to get up, I'm gonna get up. Like I'm gonna get up for real. I keep moving my hand. She give me some more. And then she'd get up and start whooping my ass. And then you tell me something. You come out the shower and start.
Yeah, you come out the bathtub like you coming out.
Like you. Oh, that shower felt good. I feel clean.
Somebody in the corner. You like, dang, like is it really? Is
it that serious? Like is it that serious?
And for me, it's like, what's going on in your mind where you could do somebody like that? Because if I'm trying to inflict harm on you, then I'm gonna be honest with you. I probably have a level of dislike. You know what I mean? In order to inflict harm out of to basically come back and say I love you. I can't do that. Like that doesn't make sense. If I slap the shit out of you right now and they're gonna be like, man, I love you, man. You're gonna be like, it's gonna confuse you. Like, well, why? What?
Wow, I love you, bro.
You're like, man, you're like, no, that ain't right, bro. Like, why can't we be adults? Why can't we be so much adults and have control of our emotions? And if your kid make you mad, you go somewhere or you get silent and you think about it and then you come back and address the situation.
Right.
Everything don't have to be addressed with a belt or a slap or anything like that. It can be addressed with a conversation. Like, because think about it. In the real world, I can't go up to my manager and slap the shit out of him. Like, it has to be it has to be a conversation. It has to be, you have to outsmart them. You have to be at another mental level where you can say, okay, how I'm gonna handle this situation. Not just always want to get physical because you end up in jail.
Yeah, you end up in jail or fired. Like you always be in a bad situation. You gotta learn how to control your emotions. That's probably what it was. They probably ain't know how to control their emotions. And another thing too, they probably weren't even that mad at you. They probably just taking their anger out on you. Like, they
probably had a bad day at work. The manager. You can't do it to the manager. So you say, well, the kid, I'm fucking that ass up. And you're like, nah, man, because I just really think about it. Like when I look at my kids now, I don't have a desire to hurt them.
Right.
Like I don't want to hurt you. I want to have a conversation with you. Sometimes we have conversations. It might be a tough conversation. You may tear up, but that has nothing to do with me hitting you. That has something to do with you may feel embarrassed. You may feel ashamed, but it has nothing to do with I just physically harmed you and you like, damn, man, dude. And then he got to go in his room because think about how your mind works. So I done whooped your ass, I done told you up. And then now you go in the room, lay down. Like, what are you thinking? Like, what's your mindset? Like, damn.
I hate this motherfucker. Like, what you thinking? I hate this nigga.
Like, I can't wait till I get big enough. Like,
yeah, like you said.
I want to put my hands on him. I don't want my kid to want to put their hands on me like that. Like, I don't want to be like, oh, man, ooh, when I get, no, that's crazy.
That's what you be thinking. Like, oh, boy, I can't wait till I get big. And then you get old enough, you get about 13, 14, you start grabbing that belt.
You start running up, you like, because you don't want to be beat down no more.
Yeah, like, man, this shit, you ain't finna keep doing me like that. Have you ever seen your brother get whooping?
Yeah.
That's a different level of psychological warfare. Like, it's not happening to you, but it's happening to a loved one, and you can't do nothing.
Well, but see, that's the thing. My brother will tell you. See, I used to take whoopings for him.
So you be like, man, just whoop.
I'd be like, nah, I'd just be like, nah, that was me. You know what I mean? I did that. Because I ain't like see my brother getting hit. Like, that's crazy. I wouldn't want to see that happen to him now, like stuff. So I'm like, I don't know. It's just the black community is really messed up. And I know we started this conversation talking about what type of kid that you want to be in the household, but it always keeps going back to the parent of
it always do.
What type of parent you should be in order to be responsible. And that's why I was saying I have the only gripe I have with my parents is I feel like you just should always be learning. Like it shouldn't be just even me. Like if my kids come to me and say, "Man, Dad, I don't think that was right," I'm not gonna sit there and say, "Oh, just because I'm 43, just man, educate me on it." What do you mean?
Right.
Because I can't see, just like how y'all can't see what I see, I can't see what you see.
Right.
So help me see what you see. And I may not see what you see. I may just have to go blindly with what you're talking about. Be like, oh, Dad, this social media thing does this right here. All right. If it ain't gonna hurt me, okay, let's do it. Let's try and see.
Man, that's another thing in itself. That take a lot of you gotta remove your ego and remove your pride. Most parents don't look at their child as humans with a brain. They look at them like
they look at them as like
a pet or some shit.
That's exactly what they look at me like. Like when I used to build my grandma's house, I was a remote control. Like that's what I was.
You was a
I was
what
a
you
remote
mean?
control.
Cause you
Like the remote control. Like imagine a remote right over there, and she like, "Hey, go get that remote."
like all the time, she tell you get a remote.
Yeah, I'll go fix her some food. Like I was like a
You was
butler.
like a butler. You was a butler.
Yeah. They use the kids to go do stuff. Now I ain't gonna lie to you. Now if I'm down here in my office, I've done that before. Like, hey guys, I get on the Alexa. Hey, can y'all bring me, something, upstairs because I might be on the call. But I'm not gonna use them. Like if it's a remote control, and then I'd be like right here,
right there.
Like hey
Like,
man,
hey man, y'all come here real quick. Grab me that over there.
I can't do that.
That's crazy.
Because and what you said is all right. It's ego. That's the biggest thing. It's the ego, and it's you feeling like you can be superior over another human being. That's what I feel like. I don't feel like that. I just feel like I'm an older version of them, but I know that they need certain levels of guidance right now, but they're still human. You see what I'm saying? They're still a human being. And if I was to grab them, like what am I saying to them when I'm grabbing you, I'm treating you any kind of way when I can just be like, hey man, I don't appreciate how you talk to me. That wasn't cool. Think about think about the humility in that. If my kids say something to me crazy, I pull them to the side and I say, man, that really hurt my feelings the way you talk to me, man. I didn't appreciate that.
That ain't a whole bunch of those that gonna do that.
But you said
mature enough.
But that's what I would do. I was like, man, that really hurt my feelings the way you said it. Like, why would you say something to me like that? What did I do to you for you to feel like you need to say that to me? And then they give me an answer, and I'm like, man, you know what? Do I do you like that? Well, let's just respect each other. Let's just be, So now you putting your feelings online. You're saying, hey man, that as an adult, that hurt my feelings. I didn't like that. Why would you do that if we say we love each other? Why would you do that to me?
Man, adult man, I ain't gonna lie, man. Whenever you become an adults, parents and adults, whatever, they feel like everything is okay because they grown. Example, what I mean by that is, when the kids, they go to school and they fight and they get into it and stuff like that. It's, no, you come home, you forget whooping for acting that way. Mm-hmm. But when they go to, the hut, and when Keisha and Coco get into it, you feel like, oh, cause I'm an adult, I'm not in the wrong, or cause I'm grown, yeah. I'm grown, I do what I want to do, da, 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 da. But you basically doing the same thing that the kid is doing. You just feel like can't nobody tell you nothing because you grown.
Right.
Like you said, it's an ego thing. When you put your humility on the line and say that, basically point out like, okay, shoot, that's just what humans do. Humans get their feelings hurt. Sometimes humans won't resort to violence and stuff, but you teaching the child that, hey, I get upset too, but I don't go out and put my hands on people. I don't go out and cuss nobody out and do this and throw shit and do all this other shit. I don't do that. So you shouldn't either. But they don't have that conversation. You did belt.
Exactly.
Whoop your ass.
That's the quickest way. And then look what it does to the relationship when you get older.
I'm telling you, it has to be lazy parenting. That's the term for it.
Yeah.
Lazy parenting.
It's lazy because
that's the term for
it takes work. It takes work to work on yourself to start going down a rabbit hole to say, okay, how do I accomplish this? Okay, I need to read more. I need to understand parents. I need to talk to other parents. You know, I need to understand like what they did, what they didn't do. Hell, just talk to my kids.
Right.
Hey, would you like to be slapped? No. Okay. Well, let's just have conversations.
The shit, motherfucker might try to do that shit. Motherfucker might get mad. Might just end up whooping their ass. Trying to have a conversation. But I ain't gonna lie. You tell an adult that they don't even want to hear that shit.
No,
like you said, you can't tell grown folks nothing.
No, you can't. You start.
I'm telling you, kids.
If I was to go and talk to a grown folks and say, hey, they should go to their kids and say that they sorry and all this kind of stuff, they be like, man, you better get your behind on somebody. Because it's lazy.
Right.
You don't want to sit there and admit that you're wrong. Like in parenting, you're gonna be wrong. You don't get no manual on how to raise no kid. But I can tell you one thing you can do right. You can do what they say the golden rule is. Treat others like you want to be treated. So you're gonna get some things wrong, but if you in your mind say, would I want to be slapped? Would I want to be drugged? Would I want to be hit? No. So I'm not gonna do that to nobody else. Like that's the basics.
Exactly. And like you said, the golden rule, when you say treat others how you want to be treated, they probably don't look at their kid as as another human. Like you said, like they look at them as less than.
I know.
Less than human. They're down here.
Exactly.
Like
you just put them down there. You don't want them to know. Like now, my kids don't know exactly how much my bills are, but they know I have them. Right. They know I have a light bill. They know I have car payments. They know I have a lease payment. They know I have those things because I had those conversations. I don't expect them to get it. I don't expect them to be like to care. I don't want them to care about it. I just want them to know. Like when I was growing up, that's grown folk business. My thing is, I don't want them to get 18 and then or whatever age they get and they decide to move out and then they automatically start learning about a power bill. What then you gotta renew your tags. Like I had to go do that. I still got to do it. I got to go pick up my stickers. I want them to know about that. I don't want them to care. Like they want to. Oh man, how much it is? But I want you to know about it. So when they get, it's not like a hit in the face. You know what I mean?
Most people learn that shit on the fly. Like especially tax. You should see my face when I heard about taxes. I started working at Steak and Shake. I do my math like, oh boy, I'm finna get about $300. You know, next week. Man, I think I got maybe 240 or something, like 230 or something. I'm looking at my mom telling me, oh, how do I'm like, Mom, I'm missing $7. She told me something, no, taxes. I'm like, what? Taxes, the government. I don't know what you mean, the government. She's like, they take money out of account. I was like, how the fuck is somebody take money out of my check? How the fuck I work hard for? How the fuck they gonna take money out of my check? She told me something, yeah, you gotta pay taxes. Da. I said, man, I'm not paying nobody no shit. I don't owe them shit. I ain't paid them. I didn't take nothing from them. So why am I paying them? She told me something, you gotta pay them. I said, no, I don't. I ain't gotta pay shit. She like, it comes out of your account out of your check before you even get your check. I was like, these motherfuckers gonna take my shit before I even get my check. I'm thinking that you know, when you pay tax, I'm thinking that, oh, somebody is. You feel
it's
me?
Another payment, yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, hell no, these motherfuckers going in my check and taking my shit.
But think about how gangster that is, though. If you start talking about taxes, like how somebody can literally go into, not your bank account yet, but go into the employer's bank account. Because technically what it is, I think, is the employer is actually withholding it and then sending it over to the government. That's crazy.
That's crazy as hell, but I ain't gonna lie, though. You know, ever since, you know, like you said, I always learn it. Ever since I read a basic economics book, I'm not really mad about taxes no more. I mean, I'm mad at the fact that I gotta pay that much, but all the stuff I get in return, I feel like it's a fair trade.
I think it is, but I think though too, the name of the game is, once you understand, is to get off of the W-2 and to get on to your own.
Right.
Because then now I can decide how much tax is getting taken out.
Right.
So I make my money, I do my expenses, and then I go back and tell the government, hey, you know, I took a loss over here. I had some expenses over here. Oh, okay. Oh, what was your salary? Oh, I only made $2. I only made $2.
Right.
Okay, tax the $2.20.
That's fine.
That's
That's
game
always
changer.
learning. Like, you got to be able to, like, it's just so much stuff that's out there that if you don't know, you just get got every time.
Exactly.
I'm just not learning about the high yield savings. Like that shit was crazy to me. I was like, cause my him thinking, why don't everybody just have a high yield savings account? Then I guess people don't know about it.
I think people know about it, but it's like I don't think people care enough to go to that point, right? To start learning that stuff. And you can start small. That's the thing. It's like with y'all youngins, it's like y'all can start now, and y'all can start with like $20, and y'all just keep doing it and forget about it. And next thing you know, you have a million.
I've been working on it. I'm working on that.
I'm serious. Y'all can
I have.
y'all can really be like up.
That's what I'm working on. But I've been trying to get everybody else on point. I always try to do that, but nobody else
But
don't
you
never
can't get
listen.
nobody else. You gotta look at you. You gotta be like you gotta be like a lone ranger. And then everybody else figure it out years down the line, and then you don't say I told you so. You just say, hey, okay, get started now. That's it. That's the name of the game. It's like that's what I try to get to a point where I'm like, you don't want to be the I told you so person. You want to just be more the person of like, okay, we can get started.
That's hard as hell not being an I told you so person because it's frustrating.
It's frustrating, especially like when you know. But at the end of the day, it's like, what does me telling you I told you so do? Like, what would it do? It just be like, okay,
I be having to control my emotions and shit because whenever I tell somebody something, I'm telling somebody something, I'm telling you, listen, I'm telling you, like, bruh, somebody tried to tell me this, I didn't listen, I got fucked over. Now I'm telling you, don't do that dumbass shit. They go do the dumbass shit, I'd be so upset, like, bruh, don't call me about this stupid shit, and I already told you not to do the shit in the first place.
right?
That should be hard. But but you saying I need to just be like, all right, just fix it now. That should be hard.
Yeah, you fix it now and then put them on some missions. That's it. I think I told you before. You start putting people on missions that say that they want to change, and then most of the time they might not complete the mission, but like your boy that time when I said, hey, go get your credit scores and all that stuff, your report. He ain't,
But the next day that motherfucker was at the goddamn fishing lake early in the morning.
But that goes to show you what he really wanted and what he cared about. And that's the thing that you have to realize is people gonna do what they really care about. It's like what they care about. It's like right now they might care about fishing. Fishing's easy.
Yeah.
That's one thing I love about life. Like life, I didn't come into the world, and it happens to some people, unfortunately, but I didn't come into this life as a Siamese twin. You know what a Siamese twin is? You know when people come, when they bodies stuck together, like they born before and they still get two heads.
Get something to one person and it happens to another.
Mm-hmm. Like matter of fact, like this Siamese twin that have two heads and stuff. Like how can you have a girlfriend and I can't enjoy it too? Like we both together. I like the fact that I'm an individual, so I can do what I want to do. It doesn't affect nobody else.
Right.
See what I'm saying? So if I tell somebody like, hey man, I'm trying to get to 300 million, and they say, man, I'm just trying to get to $2, it don't bother me.
And I ain't gonna lie, that's what I'm trying to learn too. Everybody is capable. Everybody's capable. Well, not everybody. Some people are crippled and all that other shit. But what I'm saying, like most people are very much capable of achieving whatever they're trying to achieve. Because I'm sitting here and I'm having a conversation with my homeboy or whatever, and he's talking about how his homeboys or whatever, they they getting drugs and stuff, and all the stuff they going about to get certain drugs and stuff. So I'm like, hold up, these motherfuckers calling the pharmacy and lying and saying that they're a doctor and getting the ID number of the doctor and acting like they're the doctor and all this shit just to get drink, and then they lying to their family members to take them here so they can go get weed, and then they doing that. I was like, so you don't see the pattern? I was like, these motherfuckers is persistently getting drugs. You telling me they can't transfer that over to something else? They consistently, They run into this issue, Oh, I ain't got no car. Oh, I don't got this much money. Oh, I don't got this. But they keep every day. They keep finding a way to get drugs, finding a way to get high. How if they don't even got no job? They find a way to get money, find a way to get a ride to the drugs, find a way to get, you know what I'm saying, certain stuff. I'm like, damn, these motherfuckers is problem solvers. They
Yes.
solving problems to get what they want. They just don't want no money.
And that's sad, man.
Yeah, well, that's a wrap, people.
That's a wrap. Right on time, too.